In the middle of a storm. You got me.
And you already know what it is. Guru is back. Let's go, folks. Let's get the energy up in the building. Shout out to everybody that's joined. Come on, let's go. Let's go.
I can't take this shit no more.
You smoke crack, don't you?
Let's go.
You smoke crack, don't you?
Good evening, good evening, good evening. Let me know where y'all at tonight. We gonna have a really good stream tonight. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. You don't want to miss any second of what I'm about to say. Shout out to everybody that's joining, whatever platform you're watching on. We're streaming live as always, multiple platforms. We're streaming live from multiple platforms. Let's see y'all. Las Vegas in the house, Mississippi. Yeah, let's start us off. That's right, brother. One of them things. We live from all over the world, not just the country. Guru is live all over the world. I hope y'all enjoying y'all evening tonight. I'm just here as your nightcap. I'm here to cap off your night, folks. Just so you know, and I'll remind you at the end of the show too, I will not be starting next week. I will not be streaming in the evening because of Ramadan, but you can catch me. I will do some streams still in the morning time. So you'll have to look out for me in the morning time. Starting next week in the morning. So all you got to do is make sure you're subscribed and following me over here on the YouTube channel. And then you'll be able to easily see when I go live. Let's go, folks. Let's get the like count up, way up. Let's get the like count way up. Appreciate y'all for joining. Let's get the like count way up. All right. Guru, what are you talking about tonight? What do you have in store for us? Shout out to Brother Turner for the super chat already. Thank you, brother. I did get your super chat. Thank you so much. Appreciate you for hitting the super chat, supporting this content. What do you have to talk about tonight, Guru? What are you talking about? Something about these girls or these women today are stuck being teenagers. Yeah, that's my belief. And I have some information for you all that should help solidify my belief. It should help solidify it. And I'm going to show you guys some information straight from a medical university that talks about the traits of teenage girls, and especially problematic ones. Brother Turner said they grow old but never grow up. That's facts, brother. A lot of them today never grow up. Never grow up. Why is that? Why can't you ever grow up? Because we're going to talk about the traits and characteristics that a lot of jokers have, and they never get out of teenage mode, seemingly. You may disagree with me, and you're welcome to come up and talk to me about it. I will post the link in just 1 second in the chat room, and you guys can hit the link and come up in the chat room. There we go. We already got a troll. I bet you probably don't even have no hair. You want to come in here and say something? I bet you probably don't even have no hair. You know, that's how weak they are. And them same ones will never come up and join the live stream. They just run their mouth and say that shit like that. No, they never will come up and speak to me face to face. And if they do, they just completely embarrass themselves. As y'all have seen, a lot of them have tried to come up, and what they did was they just embarrassed themselves. A lot of these jokers, that's all they can do is embarrass themselves. All they can do is embarrass themselves. Let's go, folks. Let's get the like count up and get ready for a fire stream. If you haven't done it yet, share this live stream with 1, 2, or 3 people that you know. Somebody said Arrested Development. That's facts. That's facts. A lot of them do have Arrested Development. They can't seem to get out of it either, no matter what they do. I have the answer for them. I can help you get out. If that's you, I can help you get out of your Arrested Development. I can help you wake up and do better and become a better woman and learn and actually have some logic and some sense and wake up. But the problem is most of the jokers, that's not what they want. They want to stay there because they believe it benefits them. It don't benefit them to grow up. It don't benefit them to be mature and responsible. You know, I remember, and a lot of you that are older can remember this. Just walk with me for a minute. A lot of you that are old enough, at least probably in your mid to late 30s and older, you can remember, even if you just seen it on the movies, there was a time, even just in movies, where the women would get frustrated with men who were not doing what they needed to do, maintaining a job, not handling responsibility, always doing stuff that they considered immature, wanting to run around, run the streets, wanting to, just be in a band or something like this, not hold down a real job. And they used to get frustrated by these type of men. They used to get mad and frustrated by these type of men that didn't want to hold down a job, that didn't want to do anything that they were supposed to do. They got mad and frustrated by these men. And they would say, I'm leaving you if you don't get your act together. This is how they used to behave back in the day. That's not what these jokers have done today. They've taken on the mindset, a lot of them have taken on the mindset that they will get with a man that they can build up, fix up, and take care of. A fixer-upper. And he can stay in that fixer-up mode, and then they'll go from one fixer-upper to the next fixer-upper to the next fixer-upper. See, back in the day, even if a woman made that mistake once, she wouldn't do it again. She would say, no, I learned my lesson. I messed around and was with a man, it didn't get me anywhere. I'm not going to get with that type of man again. A lot of them today, they don't do that. They'll go from one fixer-upper man to the next, and then get online, get on social media and other places and do nothing but complain and bitch and moan about how men are these days, what the men are doing. That's what a lot of them do, a lot of these W's. And we're going to see if that's the mindset of somebody that's mature. We can just use our common sense right there alone and know that's not the mindset of somebody that's mature. A mature person, somebody that has good sense, is not going to allow that type of a man to stay in the home. Ash said, we attract what we project. These W's don't have people around them to show them another way. Their echo chamber is louder than common sense. That is very interesting, and I like what you just said. They surround themselves by echo chamber of other no good ass women, lazy women. They do. And I believe that's totally true. You surrounded by echo chamber of lazy, no good W's who found different ways on how to scheme and scam and do different type of shit with men, how to get over, how to get money, different kind of ways under the table, get men to buy them things and this and that. Shirking responsibility. They surround themselves by them type, and the girls cheer them on. We know that women are a social creature much more than men. Y'all crave to be part of the in crowd. Come on, talk to me. Come on, talk to me. Y'all crave to be a part of the in crowd. Y'all don't want to be a part of the outside group, the outsiders. Y'all don't want to be outcast. Y'all don't like being black sheep. I want to be a part of the in crowd. The in crowd is who's popular. Let's go, folks. I need y'all to get the like count way up. We're not even halfway to where I should be. Y'all like to get with whoever's popular. Whatever's popular at the time is the mindset that you're going to take in. Somebody that has maturity doesn't go with what's popular. They're going to go with their morals. They're going to go with what they truly believe in. They're not going to go with the wind. Come on, talk to me. Let's be real. Let's be real. Nobody that has good sense and has integrity and good morals is going to sit up there and go with the wind. They're going to be strictly stuck with their morals, their moral fiber, their family structure. They want to make their family proud. Jokers today don't care about making their fathers proud, don't care about making, and then you got even a lot of their mothers don't care. They get proud by seeing it. Well, I want to see you, be free and do whatever in the hell you want to do and go out there and make that money, get that bag. What kind of ignorant shit is this? Come on, guru. The W's you surround yourself around, all they care about is if you and your own mama only cares about if you gonna get some money, get a bag of money. What are you? That's childish in and of itself. That's not even mature. Getting a bag of money is associated with what? Robbing a bank? But yet they say this stuff all the time. Get your bag, get your bag, get your bag. What else is getting a bag of money associated with? Y'all let me know in the comments. Good evening. Y'all let me know in the comments. What else is a bag of money really associated with? Because I've only known it to be associated with robbing a bank. Don't nobody carry around no bag of money. Unless they done got done robbing something or robbing anything. Any type of robbery of some type of store is associated with, or, some type of facility is usually associated with carrying a bag. You take the bag in, fill up the bag, and then you leave. I didn't even realize where they got this shit from. The criminal mindset. Come on, guru. Endo said, I'm glad I'm an introvert. Love being at home. Okay, I'm glad to hear that. Talk to me. Exotic dancers too. Are you an exotic dancer, Nina? Are you an exotic dancer? Because you're asking me that question like that shouldn't even be a question. You should know. Yeah, of course. They have the mindset of a criminal talking about get the bag, find some bag of money. Shout out to Divine Photos. Thank you for the super chat. He said, no lies detected. Modern women are followers and can't think for themselves. They base their decisions on what their friends say. That's facts. That's facts. Everything is based off of the approval that you think you're going to get from your friends. You can't stand on your own. But I thought so many of these jokers today say they independent. Yeah, we independent of not needing a man, but we not independent of not relying on and not wanting the approval of our friends. Class first, you call them adult girls. Yeah. Let's go, folks. Get the likes up. That's very true. How you independent only of a man? That's all you independent of? That's all you're independent of? You're not independent. You don't have an independent mind. How you independent of a man's mind? Let's think about this. You're independent of a man controlling you and telling you what to do and shit, but you're not independent of a woman controlling you. How much sense does that make? Come on, talk to me. Shout out to TIQS, International Quiet Storm. He says, salute, Guru. I'm just supporting the content. My brother, appreciate you. Thank you for the super chat. Shout out to Brooklyn. Brooklyn's villain. He said, good evening, brother. Good evening to you too. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate you. They change emotion, not independent of wanting his money either. That's facts, brother. If you were so independent and can make your own money, why do you need to? A lot of them need and get and use their body and their crotch and their cootie cat to get money out of men. You use your body, you use your sexuality to extort, scheme, scam, whatever you got to do to get money out of a man. How are you really independent? How are you making your own money when you got to rely? You're still relying on a man. You a slave. You don't even realize it in your own mind. You a slave to wickedness and evil and extortion and selling your body. Same conversation. So what you in here for? You look like you could lose a few pounds too. Jolissa. Just checked you out. Face look kind of round. Face looking kind of round. Yeah. Not the body shaming. Get the hell up out of here. I already told y'all many times. If you don't want to tussle with a man, and especially a man like me, if you're not ready to tussle, then get your ass up out of here. Because I'm a man and I'm going to say what I want to say. If you have a problem with the things that I say, then leave. Don't make no sense. You sit up in here listening to something that you don't agree with. You always ready. Yeah, you always ready to eat from the picture I see. Anyway, let me get back to what I was saying. Cardi B got the independent, don't need a man. No problem being pimped out. Yeah, you know, they don't even listen to their own words most of the time. They don't listen to the own things that come out of their mouth. But I want y'all to see something for a minute. I found something right here from Columbia University Irvine Medical Center in New York. I want to show y'all something real quick. I want to show y'all this. Look at this. This is an article on their website that talks about teen behavior. What's typical and what signs of a problem. I want y'all to let me know if any of these things align with a lot of the W's today. Right? Let's look at this. It says teen behaviors can be confusing and frustrating for adults, but a lot of these behaviors are happening for a reason. Problem behaviors often an extreme form of common or typical behaviors. Look at this. They cause more severe long-term consequences, might include damaging important relationships, getting into legal trouble, and failing in school. Cause physical or emotional harm. The harm may be either to the teen themselves or to the people close to them. You know, and I've said this a lot of times. A lot of them today, they don't have strong social if you've been paying attention to what's been happening to a lot of the jokers today, they don't have strong social relationships. They just don't. They don't maintain, and they don't have strong social relationships with other women. They don't. What is the website you want to read it? Go to my YouTube channel and you'll see what it is. All right, let's get back to it. Look at this. What are some examples of typical teen behavior versus problem behavior? Typical teen behavior might include spending more time with friends and less with family. Girls' nights, girls' trips, shit like this. More likely to want to go on stuff. Think about what a lot of them want to do today. They don't spend a lot of time with their children when they have them, with their man or their husband. They rather be, if they are seeing a man, they might want to see him one night a week if they not real clingy and got some other issues. If that. I'm going out with the girls. I'm going out. Like, go out a lot. Spending more time in their room alone. I told you, they're not social. I can relate this to the modern adult W's of today. They're forced to spend a lot of time alone. They don't got nobody. Trying to figure out different personal styles, clothing, hair, makeup. They're not set on how they look, the way they look. You can even take me, somebody like me. You can go back and find pictures of me from when I was a teenager even and see very similar pictures. Very similar dress style, glasses, hairstyle. They don't have that. Trying out different hobbies, having shifting interests. How many times do they want to change when they enroll in school? They change degrees. They don't want that degree no more. They don't want to go for this degree no more. Constantly shifting interests, even when it comes to relationships. They can't make up their mind on what they want to do in life. Experimenting with substances and liquor. More than ever, you can see the statistics for yourself. Now more than ever, these jokers are on substances. They're in modern times, in recent years, they've been arrested more also for substances. They're not only using more substances, they're being arrested more for substances, illegal substances. Is this the behavior? Come on, y'all talk to me for a minute. Is this the behavior of somebody that's mature, responsible, a family woman? Is this the behavior of somebody like that? Let's go, folks. Let's continue to get the likes up. We're getting close. Signs of a problem might include complete withdrawal from parents and family, forming a habit of using substances and liquor, having a disorder in that area. Look at this. We're going to look at relationships. Here are the typical teens behave this way. They have intense friendships, right? Which is not normal. Over the top friendships, and they're not even real friendships. That's what a lot of these jokers have today. Very influenced by peers. We just talked about that. They don't know how to say no to things. They don't know how to say no to substances. They don't know how to say, girl, we getting ready to go. They throwing a party, after party at such and such. We gonna go. We all gonna go. Okay, I guess I'll come too. Girl, we all getting ready to, we booking a trip to go to such and such. It's gonna be all of us girls only. We gonna have so much fun. Okay, girl, I wanna go. They're not influenced by positive, and notice just the negative shit. They're not influenced by positive ways of thinking, positive living. You influenced to do negative shit. Let's go get HIGH. Let's go get let's go turn up. They even some of them are even committing more thefts. Where's the positive influence? You doing so well. Tearing your body up. Let's go do an extreme change of our body. Come on, talk to me. Let me go and girl, I'm getting ready to go and get my body done. Ooh, girl, what you getting done? Maybe I'll go and get mine done too. Girl, I've been thinking about getting some more new tattoos. Piercings. Come on, talk to me. Let's keep on looking. Focusing intensely on a crush or love interest. And they love to say, oh, the men love bomb, love bomb, love bomb. Yes, they will. They will focus. The man is so-called love bombing you and you didn't fail for it. You so in love with a criminal, somebody locked up. You so in love with a man that has no job. A guy that would be considered a loser. Come on, Guru. Did I lie? Have I lied? There used to be a time when a guy that wasn't about really shit would be called a loser. Have I lied? Your parents wouldn't want you to be associated with that. No, you're not going to be dating no loser. You're not gonna you're not gonna be involved with no loser. What have criminal won in life? What has the criminal won? What have the jobless man won? What have the homeless man won? Come on, talk to me. What have they won in life? What have the men on substances that constantly looking like this? Hey, talking like this on the phone. Yup, I ain't doing hardly nothing right now. You want to come through? Or, never mind, I ain't got no place. You can't come through. I'll come through over there though. This is not considered a loser anymore. This is a winner. What kind of shit is this for y'all modern day jokers? This is a winner in life. Come on, talk to me. Is this a winner? Yup. I ain't doing nothing right now. Just chilling. What you doing? Oh, for real? You want me to come through? I can pull up right now. Let me finish hitting this. Ooh, you talking tonight. You talking tonight.
Oh, it's good.
Talking. That's exactly how they be. I'm 21. And she said, I'm definitely right. 21-year-old. You play the act too well, Guru. Do you got a pass? No. I didn't grow up in no nice neighborhoods. I know how they are. And I hear these dudes, I can imitate just about anybody. I know how they are. I know how they act. And I know what the women like. This is the type of men that they like. The ones that used to be considered losers. How am I going to extreme now? Yeah, and he got a whole bunch of other women too. It's not just you. He's screwing and got a whole bunch of other women. and looking like he, I don't know, somewhere between sleep and dead. What's up? Didn't they used to call it when they was on that stuff, that black stuff? I don't want to say the name of it. That tar, that stuff that looks like black tar. They be on the nod. They be, these jokers be out, and it's like the women today, they're more attracted to that shit. You're more attracted to the ones that's looking like they about to nod off, about to pass out. You don't want the one that looks too alert and wide awake, like they don't want no man like me. I'm too alert. I'm too wide awake. I'm paying attention to too much stuff. They don't want that shit. Because they want to be over here doing their dirt in the corner or whatever. And then they want the man just sit there and hush and just be quiet. Oh, you're getting on my nerve. Just be quiet. Just sit right here. I'll be back. Just sit right here. You don't say too much. They don't want no man. Why are you looking at, think about a man like me. Why are you looking at me like that? Why are you looking like you about to judge me? Somebody said I'm too woke. That's facts. You looking like you finna judge me, guru. I need a man that look like he's sleepy and on a nod all the time. Is this the mindset of somebody that's mature? Come on, talk to me. Where am I at on my like count? Let's go, folks. We're not even halfway there. Let's go. Or we're around halfway where we should be. Let's go. I need y'all to get the likes way up. Come on, talk to me. Did I lie yet? Have I lied tonight? Somebody said that's what they want. That's a fact. If you want to come up and join, just hit the request button, click the link, and you can come up and join the conversation. It's pinned on my YouTube channel in the comment section. No problem with bringing y'all up. Let's go. Let's keep going. Let's get back to these behaviors. Man, I feel like I'm cooking now. Becoming more curious about sex and intimacy. They may explore physical intimacy through dating and sex. Yeah, a lot of that. A lot of these jokers do a lot of that. A lot of them do that. They explore through screwing. Shout out to DJ Charlie Earl for the super chat. Thank you so much, brother. I did get it. Shout out to DJ Charlie Earl. And shout out also to Lady Love for the PayPal donation. She said, Black Guru, I appreciate what you do. Keep speaking the truth. God bless. Thank you so much, Lady Love. Shout out, big Black Guru supporter. Appreciate you both. I did get your donations. You're more curious and you want to screw more. Let me blow that up so y'all can see this. You want to screw. Signs of a problem might include a sudden change in a peer group, especially true if a new group seems to be a negative influence. What we just talked about, more negative influencing friends that these modern day W's like. They make friends with somebody that looks toxic. Girl, they'll compliment. Girl, I like all your tattoos. What are we reading? You have to come and look at my screen on my YouTube channel to see it. Click the link in the bio. I like all your tattoos. Girl, where'd you get those from? Ooh, girl, I was on your page. You looked lit. Y'all look like y'all was having so much fun being lit. This is how they talk today. This is how they talk. They think that the girl that was tore up, drunk, was lit, and that she was looking like y'all had so much fun. Can I come along next time? You stupid.
You stupid.
Who are you talking tonight? Ooh, that's why they don't like you, brother, because you speak that truth tough. You tough. You heavy. You tough. Risky. Sexual behavior. A team may have unprotected sex or many sex partners. Does that sound like the modern day W? Does that sound like the modern day W to you? Read it for yourself. Unprotected and many partners. Does that sound like the modern day W? Shout out to brother Keith for the super chat. I appreciate you. He said, how many W's are like this today? What's the percentage? I'm talking about all out of all women. In the United States, brother, my opinion, how many of them behave like this? I think it's around 70%. Out of all races and all women. I think it's maybe between 60 and 70%, but at least 70%. If you want to say just the BLK community, I think it's 90%, maybe more. BWs, I think 90% of BWs behave like this. In my opinion. That's what I believe. That's my opinion, though. You got to realize and understand, though, I'm in the public eye. I have social media pages, and I have a lot of W's, especially BWs, that come to my social media pages and they run their mouth, and I get a good sense of what they're about. And I visit some of their pages. I've seen a lot of their social media pages, and it's not too many of them that don't meet this criteria. I'm reading to you what teenagers are. Everything I'm reading about teenagers, for the most part, sounds like adult W's today. Come on, talk to me. Let's get the likes up. Adjusting to a changing body. Typical behaviors of teens is taking a long time getting ready to go out. If that's not the modern W, I don't know what is. They take a long time. One of the women I was with a little while back, it's an all day thing. 3 hours to go, 4 hours just to go get the nails and feet done. Half the day gone. That was just to get the nails and feet done. Then imagine if you got to go somewhere with her and get ready. Another 2.5, 3 hours. Talking about 6 hours just to get ready for one event. Shout out to brother Bamo. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Shout out to brother Bamo. Guru, I sent you an IG to your inbox. Okay. Being more focused on how they look and how others look. Does that sound like a teenager and a modern day W? Does that sound like a teenager and a modern day W? Super focused on how they look and how others look. Does that sound like a teenager and a modern day W to y'all? Huh? Acting shy or self-conscious. Not too much on the shy. We don't see that with a lot of you jokers. They ain't shy about shit. That's one thing that a lot of them are not. They're not shy. They ready. They can't wait to get on social media and post and see what kind of likes or reaction they're going to get. Stop blaming all W's for the match women. What are you talking about? Talking about? You're just running your mouth. Signs of a problem: being very critical of their body or how they look. Overeating. We know a lot of them do that. They bigger than they ever been before in the history of the world. The modern day W's are bigger than they've ever been in the history of the world. Yes. What do you mean it's the kind of women I like?
What? Apparently so. Attracted to or get. You're only talking about your experiences. Apparently, that's the type of woman that you like.
What makes you think I like any of these women that behave
Because
like
you
this?
know a lot about them.
Okay.
Keep talking about them.
Okay, knowing a lot about them means I like them.
Yes, or you wouldn't be talking about them.
That lady, let's just think about this for a minute. That makes absolutely no sense because I know a lot about the modern women, how they behave.
You're making stuff up. It's not the modern woman. If no woman like that's going to be on this app. Be nodding out somewhere, right? So why are you talking about that? Why are you accusing us of being like that? A woman. I'm not.
You triggered. You're triggered.
No,
You just said accusing us of being like that.
Of being a certain. You sitting there talking about women.
You triggered. You sound like you are.
No, it doesn't.
You sound like you're triggered.
Why are you? You're a man, so why are you sitting there talking about women? Men don't talk about women. Men talk about other men or sports, something like that. But they don't talk about women. Put them down.
Men talk about sports and what else?
Or other men or whatever, but they don't sit there and put women down.
Oh, really?
Weird.
Men talk about only sports and other things like that?
Well, they don't sit there and talk about women, not in a negative way.
Men don't talk about women? How do you know?
Because it doesn't seem normal or natural for you to do that. Why are you online talking about putting women down?
Why don't you come on the camera and show yourself so we can see who you are, since you got so much to say?
I have a lot to say, but I don't want to go on camera.
Why not?
Because I'm shy enough, but let alone even talking. It's my first.
You shy, but you running your mouth in these comment sections.
I'm not running my mouth. I'm asking you.
Yeah, you were.
A question.
Yeah, you were.
I'm asking you a question. I just don't understand. I mean, I don't know if you're cool or not, but
I think the reason why you won't cam up is because that's why you got that AI or that cartoonish picture, right? Is because you know you don't look good. Because a woman that looks good, the woman that looks good has no problem coming up and camming up. Somebody that don't look good, they are afraid to cam up. They make excuses. I think you don't look good.
Say that's true. What's that have to do with what you're doing?
Yeah. I think you don't look good.
That's not true.
Are you overweight too?
No.
Obese? What do you weigh right now? What do you weigh right now?
Sorry?
What do you weigh right now?
I don't know, like 175. I'm about 6 feet.
Really? So why are you afraid to cam up if you 6 feet, 175? If you feel like you look good, that'll make no sense. Do you have pictures online? Do you have pictures on your Instagram or TikTok or any other social media? Okay, so you're not shy.
I am shy.
No, you're not. Because if you were so shy, listen. Are any of your profiles public? Okay. Thank you.
Okay, so back to you. I'm asking you.
Would a shy person make public profile? Would a shy person that's afraid to come on camera make a public profile and also take pictures of herself and show herself in the public?
That has nothing to do with.
No, it does have to do with a lot. Can you answer the question, please?
I just answered your question. The answer is yes, I have a public profile.
No, I said, would a shy person behave that way?
Turn it around. I'm asking you.
No, I didn't turn shit around. I didn't turn nothing around, lady. Would a shy person, lady, would a shy person who doesn't want to be on camera at the same time have a public social media profile showing herself on camera? Does that make sense?
You just want to see me. Decide whether you want to talk to me or not. or decide if I don't look good, I can't say something.
No, I want you. So here's the thing. Here's the thing why I request for you guys to come on camera. Because if you have such a strong opinion about something and you're not trolling, hold on. Listen, you asked me a question. If you have such a strong opinion and you're not trolling, then it should be no problem for you to come and show yourself on camera. Because then you would be defending and backing up your points.
I'm backing up my points.
You're not backing up
How
shit.
I look doesn't matter.
You're not backing up nothing.
I don't go on there for other reasons besides that.
Hold on a second. You don't have a point. So, I mean, there's really not much else for me to say to you.
Okay.
Because you don't have a point with nothing else, with nothing you're saying, and you're just wasting my time at this point. You made your little statement in the comment section. You won't come up and show who you are. You won't prove who you are. You say that I'm talking about women. Men don't sit around and talk about women. Well, you sitting up here watching me. How much sense does that make? You don't think that I'm a real man because I'm sitting up here talking about women, but you sitting here watching me. Your eyes is glued to the screen. Does that make any sense?
Conversation already.
Why would you? Okay. Goodbye, lady. Get the hell up off my joint.
Yeah.
Jokers are ignorant. She's sitting up there, eyes glued to the screen, watching me. Talking about, I don't think a man should be. You see what I'm saying? This is another one. They're like children, teenagers. She just proved the topic. She proved the topic. It's almost like a prank call that, let me tell you guys something. Since I've been doing social media, more than 90% of the trolls I would say at least 90% of the trolls, the people that play games in my comment section, the people that come up on the live stream and play games are women. They're women. What did I say? Adult women. What did I just tell you? What are we talking about? How they have the mindset of a teenager. They have the damn mindset of a teenager. So the ones that have stalked me, the ones that have tried to find and figure out and put out my personal information, women. You don't give a damn about what I'm doing. You say it's weak, it's not what men do and all that shit, but you're addicted and your eyes are glued to watching me. And then you got to play all these other games and shit. You don't want to show yourself on the camera, ashamed of how you look, but then you say you're not ashamed of how you look. You're too shy. You don't want to be seen. You don't want nobody to see you, but you got a public profile where everybody can see you. Contradict everything they do. This is what we're talking about, folks. Let's continue. Let's continue and go through the list. We almost then went through the whole list and they can't prove a damn thing wrong. Shout out to, I think somebody supported the platform. Oh, Brother Keith, thank you. He said proof that she's a coward. Thank you for the super chat, brother. Thank you for the super chat. Support the show. If you guys want to see it continue, support the show. You guys can even go to, shout out to Brother Turner. Thank you for the donation. You can go to the link in my bio and hit the Cash App. It's just my name, BLKGURU 2. You can hit the Cash App or the PayPal or Venmo. I got them all. All right, let's keep going. What did I talk about earlier? Overeating. What did I tell you? A lot of them don't really purge or restrict their food. I know what that says up there. It says that signs of a problematic teen would be purging or restricting food. No, a lot of these jokers, they are overeating. They eat a lot. I told y'all, they are bigger than ever. They got more size on them than ever, more back than ever. And I'm not talking about the back on a behind where they're getting a BBL. I'm talking about this part of their back. This part of their back, these jokers today, That back there is bigger than ever. Mm. Shout out to brother Keith again for the super chat. He said 90% of them don't give a damn, brother. Yeah, that's true. The backs are wider than ever. Full back. Extra wide back. Some of them don't they have that position? Football players, NFL players? Isn't fullback one of the positions still? I don't know. I don't watch football like that anymore. I don't know if they change any of the names of the positions in modern times, but I remember there used to be a position called a fullback. Somebody said some of their linebacker size. Yeah, they eat more than ever. Drink more than ever. What do I watch? I don't watch a lot. I read, lady. Read a lot. Let's keep going. Showing more independence. Typical teen behavior might include testing boundaries and breaking rules. Does that not sound like the modern adult W? Does that not sound like the modern adult W? They like to test boundaries and break a lot of rules. Doesn't that sound like the modern adult W? Not wanting help from their parents, the independence. No, they don't want help. They want to beg the men for money and thirst trap. Ain't got the nerve to be calling a man thirsty, but you sitting up there with all kind of pictures of whatever you pulled up, underwear and boy shorts and panties and all kind of shit pulled all the way into your garage. Not wanting to share what's going on with their lives. Of course not. They keep that a mystery. See, and one thing that they used to do is women on social media, they used to post who they were dating or whatever, who they were excited to be with. They don't post that shit no more. They don't post men. A lot of them don't even post their husbands anymore because it takes away from what they can get from other men out here. And they also don't form lasting relationships. So if they post a man today and then tomorrow they're not together no more, they don't want to deal with that shame. They don't want to deal with people asking a bunch of questions. I thought you were with so-and-so. So they keep that shit a secret. Rejecting things they enjoyed or cared about in childhood. Having mood swings and arguing a lot. Especially the BW. Especially the BW, having mood swings and arguing a lot. The modern W, they love to argue. I don't know if y'all noticed this though, right? But they're having a hard time because there's a lot of men that are choosing to not argue with them on social media anymore, not go back and forth with them. They're having a hard time amongst themselves, right? Because they argue with themselves, with each other on that toxic ratchet shit, but they don't have men around. A lot of men have opted out. Men are not arguing. They're choosing not to talk to them. So that's what they result to. When you don't have a man in the house or a man around, you got to fight amongst yourselves, argue with each other, do that ratchet shit. Ratchet entertainment. Pretty soon, some of these reality shows, they probably not even be able to get no men to go on there with them. Reality show of all women. You know, I think I didn't even start to see it. All W's and rainbow men on a reality show. No straight man. How much sense does that make? They want to say they will talk shit and say a lot of men today are not straight. There's a lot of men are sassy, but y'all are going on shows, staying all women in one house and shit, arguing and fighting with each other. But y'all not just doing that. Y'all doing some other stuff under them sheets, touching and feeling and licking and other things. I know, playing with each other. Signs of a problem woman, or problem teen rather: running away from home, refusing to go to school, skipping class, temper outbursts that become violent. I've told y'all, they're super violent today. I've expressed that a ton, how violent they are today. Super violent. You gonna get in trouble. Who gonna get in trouble? You fool. Who gonna get me in trouble? They're super violent, have a temper, being moody, anxious, withdrawn, self-harming, talking about doing something to themselves. Yeah. And notice a lot of times when that happens, that's the end of this article right here. If you guys want to, I will put this in the description of the video. You guys want to go back and read this, but this is where it came from. Columbia University Irvine Medical Center Hospital. Teen behavior. What's typical and what are signs of a problem? Somebody said that's a mental issue, Guru. Let me ask y'all a question real quick in the chat room. Do you believe it is a mental issue? Do you believe it is a mental issue if you are an adult woman but still stuck in a teenage mind or a child's mind? Is that a mental problem? I'm asking everybody in the chat rooms, is that a mental problem? If you are an adult, no, it's a choice. Yes, yes, of course. Yes. Most people are saying it's a mental problem. They need deliverance. No, it's just being immature. Okay. Some people are saying it's a choice. Some people think it's a mental problem. Either way, for the men that are watching, look at what we have to choose from and deal with. Whether they're doing it by choice or they have indeed a mental problem. Look at all the stuff I just broke down and read. Folks, we are reaching our first hour. Actually, we already hit our first hour. I'm going to give y'all 4 minutes on the clock. We still need about 5 more. Actually, 6 more. We still need about 6 more people to contribute to the show. If you're watching this, donate to the show, support the content. Where y'all at tonight? Got a lot of people watching. Where's the support? Let's go. I'm put the timer on. 6 minutes. 6 minutes. That should be easy. All right, timer's going. Timer's going. 6 minutes. Support the show. If you like what you're hearing and seeing and you want me to continue the stream tonight, support the content. And there is, I also posted the Cash App on the other platforms. This is how you can support the Black Guru. Support the content by donating. Thank you in advance. Somebody said winter is here. That's facts. These are signs of being a psycho. They're stuck at the trauma stage from back then. Shout out to Brother Lee. Thank you, brother, for the donation. Let's go. Support the show. We're in triage as men. We're in triage. We're in unbelievable times where the pick of the litter of the modern W, the pick of the litter that we have, has the mind of a child or a teenager. Want to eat all the time. Want to screw a lot. Like and are addicted to irresponsible men. Love losers. Love to screw losers raw. Personality disorders. Always super emotional, angry all the time. Eat way too much. Overeat. Shout out to Ash. Thank you for the super chat. She said, I appreciate hearing your perspectives, Guru. Thank you. Of course. Of course. On this other platform right here, if you guys don't support by hitting the Cash App, I'm watching. I only got one. If we don't get several more people on this platform to hit the Cash App, y'all are gone. And this stream will continue only on the other platforms of the people that are supporting the live. So I'm going to pin it one more time. Y'all still have 3 minutes. Shout out to Brother Cossie. Thank you for the Cash App. Got all these people in here watching, but y'all are not supporting. Let's go. Thank you so much, Mayhem, for the super chat. He said, these females got in my DMs over my husband telling the truth about W's in general, as if he's getting in trouble. I was next to him while he typed. That's how they are. What a mindset of a child. What a mindset of a child. What a mindset of a child. Shout out to Ken. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate you. Shout out to Taylor. Thank you for, I'm sorry, not the super chat, the Cash App. Shout out to Taylor. Thank you for the Cash App. Appreciate you, Taylor. Shout out to Mercedes. Thank you for the Cash App. She said it's time to speak on real issues. Is this not a real issue? Is this not a real issue? I know you said it's time to speak on real issues. Is this not a real issue? This is about the development. We're almost there, people. We're almost there. I'm going to say we get 2 more people and then we'll be good. And I'll continue the show. We get 2 more supporters. Let's go, especially on this application right here. Let's go. Y'all hit the Cash App or the super chat. I just told y'all this is triage. Some of y'all are out here getting pregnant with this mindset. You got pregnant. How is this not an important topic? You're getting pregnant by dudes. You're getting pregnant by men that would once be considered losers. They were once considered losers. Y'all have twisted the shit and turned them into, these are winners in y'all's eye. No, I'm not going to count no roses. I told you how you could support the show. I got 40 seconds. Don't you worry. Y'all gonna be gone. I'll continue to show on my other platforms. Somebody said Section 8 addiction. Y'all gonna be gone. I'm gonna tell you right now because y'all didn't hit the Cash App. And get the likes up. Yeah, thank you so much, sister, for letting the people know. Let's go. Why is my like count so low? Get the likes up. Addicted to toxic men. Addicted to Anybody that doesn't have your best interest in mind. You don't want the man that has your best interest in mind, because the man that has your best interest in mind, he's going to get you to tighten up. He's going to get you to have some self-control. He's going to get you to have some consideration, much more consideration of your family. The things you eat, the places you go. And y'all call that controlling. Like a teenager. Come on, Guru. Oh my God, I'm so sick of you trying to control my life. Doesn't that sound like what a teenager would say? Doesn't that sound like what a teenager would say? I'm so sick of you trying to control me. What grown adult woman would think like that? Come on, talk to me. What grown adult woman with good sense, maturity would think like that? Let me talk to the men for a minute. A grown, mature woman, this is what you want to look out for. A mature-minded woman would thank you and say, you know, honey, I appreciate that you're looking out for my best interest. I want to thank you that you're concerned about me and don't want danger to happen to me. I want to thank you that you want me to be more of a spiritual woman. A woman that fasts, a woman that prays. I want to thank you that you're more concerned and want me to be around and surrounded by good quality friends, good family. That's how a mature woman would talk. Baby, I want to thank you for always being a protector and wanting to be a provider. I want to thank you that you're not lazy and lay on the couch all day and puff and look like your eyes are dead half the time. I want to thank you that you're not concerned about have your mind on women and liquor and partying all the time. I want to thank you that you want to be a provider for me and this family, and you don't want me out here working like a man trying to provide, that you rather me be more in the house. I want to thank you for waking me up and realizing that some of these people that are around me are toxic, bad influence. And I was going down a bad path. That I was attracting a bunch of toxic BS, trash friends. I want to thank you for loving me in a way that I never been loved before. Maybe I didn't have the best upbringing. I didn't have nobody that showed me love like this. And all I knew was the toxic shit. All I knew was street life. All I knew was getting money off of men, riding around with older men. Let's talk about that for a minute. The immature woman that's like a teenager, she likes, right, the older man, but not the older man that is responsible, has high demands. No, she likes the older man that's fun, that likes to play, that is in the streets, that likes to party. When girls are teens, that's what they look for, right? The popular guy that has money. Some of them are grown men, 15 years old. She's looking at and loves the 19-year-old, 22-year-old, 25-year-old guy. That's popular, likes to party. Not looking for the responsible. Not going to be 16, 17 and looking for a responsible 25-year-old or 23-year-old or 19-year-old. That's not what they're looking for at that age. Now, I want y'all to compare that to the mindset of a 25-year-old woman, 30-year-old woman in today's time, 35-year-old woman. Do they still have the mindset of a teenage girl in that sense? Are they still looking for the man who is the popular, fun guy? The guy that knows how to be loose, that's not so strict and uptight? Hell no, not me. We're not talking about you, ma'am, individually. We are speaking of our society in general in today's times. Shout out to brother Keith again. He said, per her DM, I am in trouble according to the bird brains. Not, this is what I do. Salute to my wife. Get you one. We need our nuclear black family back. Yeah, brother. No, I appreciate you and your wife for being here, being such good and positive supporters. Unfortunately, you're talking about the black community, you're not going to get no nuclear family back. It's over. In my opinion, I believe it's over. There's a few that are going to wake up, but not many. They're too addicted to these trends. They're too addicted to the negativity. They can't wake up. They're lost. They can't see past whatever's in front of them right here in their face. They can't see far. They can't see the forest from beyond the trees. And realize that there's a lot of life that they could be living ahead of them. A lot of potential and possibility. They don't think about their future, their children. I posted on my Instagram today. Hopefully it's still up there. If not, I'm going to repost it. You got young girls that look like they're no older than maybe 20. One girl, I think she said she had 8 deletions of babies. BWs. This is the community. She didn't look no older than 20. Even if you gave her 22, 23 years old, she got rid of 8 babies. Brown said, I seen that. 8 babies. The other one said she's had 2. And her friend said she got rid of 8 of them. Mrs. Met said, 8, do they have a conscience? No. No. This is a transaction to them. They've turned into, you know, I watch a lot of, and I encourage you guys to do this too. Watch a lot of, shout out to Classic Man. He said you're messing with their hustle, so they're gonna attack you. Yeah, always, brother. I watch a lot of crime shows from the 1980s. I've watched a lot of them, right? And seeing how a lot of these dealers and shit got their start, you know, and they learned a lot from the mobs and the mafias of the 20s and 30s and 40s and 50s. You know, they learned how to do all of this stuff, substance transactions and, you know, stuff like this. And I saw how ruthless a lot of those guys were in order to keep their turf, in order to be able to maintain their business. They had to eliminate competition. They had to become ruthless. A lot of these modern day W's are like that. But instead of eliminating their competition as far as taking the life of another adult human being, they're taking the life of babies because that's going to mess up their hustle, right? Well, the mindset of the dealer back in the day was, hey, I got somebody, you know, encroaching upon my turf, my territory, so I gotta take them out. Or I got somebody within my own organization trying to come up against me, trying to cheat me out of money, stealing from me, so I'm gonna take them out. This is their mindset when it comes to eliminating their babies from the womb. No conscience. Don't care. Don't give a damn. Don't allow whoever to stress your beard hair. What? Been had gray in my beard. You're not stressing me out. I got a lot of gray in my head. That's another reason why I cut it down real short, because I got a lot of gray and I don't like gray hair. Shout out to Bobby. Thank you, brother, for the super chat. He said, all I hear is facts. Keep speaking the truth. My brother. Man, I appreciate the support. I appreciate the support. Mrs. Gale said, thank you for speaking on this. They are competing with babies. Yes. The baby is going to stop their flow, their hustle. It's going to mess up their money. See, the old way of thinking, I want y'all to wake up and think about this. The old way of thinking for them was, I have these babies and I can get this government assistance. Now they're seeing how much money these women are making off of OF and cam girls and getting dues to pay them for making sex noises on their phone. I seen one woman, she said, this is how I pay my mortgage every month. And she gets on her phone and she does voice recordings and she's stirring around mac and cheese and making moaning noises. And that's how she pays her mortgage every month. Along with, obviously, you know, she has images of herself online. She couldn't have a baby. A baby would ruin that for them. Baby's going to mess up that body. Baby's going to cause them, it's going to take up their time. These are not family-oriented women. Thank you so much, Mrs. Gale, for the super chat. She said, still getting pregnant, still sleeping with men. Sounds like the only thing that they are independent of is the family structure. Yes. Yes. Thank you so much, Mrs. Gale, for saying that. Brother said, Guru, embrace your gray hairs. It means wisdom. I don't dye them or anything. I don't like to see so many of them because, it's just like, probably in 2 years, my whole head will be, I'll probably look like Obama in 2 years at the rate that I'm seeing these gray hair. Probably look like Obama in 2 years. Somebody said insanity. These W's are all around 304s. Am I having guests tonight? What do you have to say? What do you have to say? Because I'm just speaking the truth about what's going on in our society, in our world, about how a lot of our women today have become like children or teenagers. They have the mind of a teen girl. They don't have the mind of, you hate BWs and I'm disappointed in you. Lovely 91, why don't you come over here to my YouTube channel and click on the link and you can come up and say what you have to say to me. Why don't you come up over here if you're so brave, since you got so much to say, think I don't like women, come on over to my YouTube channel. The link is pinned, or you can go right to YouTube and type Black Guru, BLKGURU, find me live. There's a link in the chat room and you can come up and join. Folks, I need y'all to get my like count way up. We're getting close. I need y'all to get my like count way up. They think that when I speak the truth, it means I hate that. I want y'all to think about how backwards the women in the community especially are. They think speaking the truth about this bad behavior is hate. They think that I hate them because I'm speaking the truth about bad behavior. That's how backwards they are. That's how gone they are in their mind. You're that gone in your mind that you believe that I hate BWs. Well, let's talk about what y'all hate. Do y'all hate your children? When you get pregnant by a man, especially a black man, do you hate the man, or do you hate the child inside of you? Which one do you hate? Because you guys lead by far in deleting the baby from the womb. More than 2 times the amount of Latina women, more than 4 times the amount of Caucasian women. You guys get those done at more than 2 times the amount of Latina women and more than 4 times Caucasian women. Do y'all hate your children? How about that head? Do y'all hate your hair? You hate to wear or even look at that little afro, that George Jefferson look, but you love to put on straight blonde wig. I can go on and on. We can play this game all day. We can play this game all day with what y'all hate and what y'all love. Shout out to Mrs. Gail again. Thank you, sister, for the super chat. She said, did anyone see the mothers going online saying that their daughters are grown up and beautiful and they feel invisible now? That is mental illness. Mrs. Gail, send me that if you can. I haven't seen that. If you have IG or Facebook, however you can send it to me. I haven't seen that trend. I haven't seen that at all. She weak. She not gonna come up over here. I told you, they just run their mouth in the comments. So she ran her mouth in the comment section over here. She's watching on, looks like Facebook, running her mouth, and she won't come up over here. You so brave. You such a woman. And you say I hate BWs, but you don't want to come over here and talk about what you hate. You don't want to come over here and talk about what y'all hate, because your actions, if you say my actions and the things that I say show that I hate, well, what do y'all actions show? Because I can go through all of y'all's actions. They don't. I don't know what you mean by that. They don't abort the biracial out of wedlock kids. I don't know. Have you seen data on that? I haven't seen any data. I don't even think they have data on that. There's no data on when they delete the baby, was the baby biracial or not. I don't think they have any. I've never seen that data. I don't think they collect that type of data. BWs hate accountability. That's facts. And that's a BW that said that. That's a BW that just said that. BWs hate accountability. Yes, I agree. What sounds like hate, slander? I don't know what you're talking about. If y'all can't take what I'm saying, then don't watch. If y'all can't handle the things that I say, then why watch it? Y'all have a problem with anyone pointing out, and that's another sign of the teenage mindset you have. Anytime somebody points out things that you've done wrong, doing wrong, accountability, you can't stand it, you hate it, you try to run from it, you lie. It's always somebody else's fault. That's what teenagers do. That's what teenagers do. Oh, saying, okay, I see what you're saying. Thank you for clarifying. Teen girls will do shit like that. Y'all are way more immature. W's today are way more immature and stuck in a teen mind than the boys. Way more. We know what teen boys do. And you don't see 30-year-old men running around here like and having the mindset of a teen boy. But I can point you out to plenty 25, 30, 35-year-old women still acting like this. Come on, Guru. It's true also, Guru, not to stir the pot too much, but if the little girl or boy is biracial, they magically know how to take care of the children's hair. Wow. That's deep, Mrs. Gale. I'm not saying it's not true. I'm saying I've just never seen any data. I don't even think they keep data on that. Like when you go to Planned Parenthood to go get that baby removed from you, I didn't even think they would ask, can you state the race and ethnicity of the child's father? Now, if that's like what y'all have seen as women, then that's different. If y'all have seen that as women, I understand, but I'm saying I've never seen the data to back that. I've never seen the data to back that. Guru, why don't you take on more guests, more of these women? Because they're scared of me. I didn't ran them all off. They're afraid. They're afraid. Many of them, most of them are afraid of me. I've ran them all off. And they don't want to come on that camera. But I got one that I'm going to post soon. Woman came up here trying to shoot her shot at me. You can tell she was on some type of substances. And then, you know what? This is how ignorant these jokers are. They'll say, Guru, you must, I don't know what women you're talking about. I don't see these women. And I got plenty of content with these jokers all over my social media accounts. I got them all over my different social media accounts. We don't know what women you're talking about. And then I go and post another one and they still, we still don't know. Shout out to Aaron. Thank you, brother, for the super chat. He said, if BWs would take accountability, our community would be a better place. If most of them would take accountability of all races, the United States, the UK, and a lot of different parts of the world would be better. But yeah, you're right, brother. You can't take accountability when you're stuck in a teenage mind. When you're stuck at 14, think about it. Just think about it for a minute. When you're stuck at 14, you can't take accountability. How many have met 14-year-olds that were like, I'm ready to take accountability, be responsible? How many have met 14-year-olds that speak like that, think like that? That's my question to the chat. Has anybody met 14-year-olds that think like that and speak like that? I'm ready to be a person that, you know, I'm a young adult now. I'm 14 years old. I'm ready to take accountability for all of my actions. Mrs. Met said, I'm a teacher, never seen maybe 1 in 10,000. How are you going to get these women to take accountability for their actions when they're stuck at 14? Not going to happen. Guru, this is so sad that, you know, this is our reality. Yeah, it is sad. Y'all don't care, though. Because what's the most important thing? Let's think about it for a minute. What's the most important thing for a 14-year-old? They like to get, they ready to get some clout, which is popularity. They got their mind now, starting to get their mind on money. They want money. At this point, whoever you are, you don't need to write in all caps. I can read it. this point, black men need to marry traditional, non-American BWs to continue the race. How many black men have the money to go to villages in, let's say, parts of Africa and start up a family? Because you start up a family, you got to take care of that family. A lot of black men don't have the money and resources to do that. They don't have good remote jobs where they can up and leave, or they've already messed up with some joker of a woman. Now they're stuck in the United States. And sometimes it happens to the best of us. Once you mess up, it's over. Once you mess up, it's over. Folks, we getting close. A couple months, we only have less than 2 months left of tax season. If you have not gotten your taxes done, this is your nightly reminder to go and get your taxes done with the Tax Oasis, a partner of the Black Guru Show. Get your taxes done. They specialize in personal and business taxes. They will give you 20% off all of your tax services, whether you have the business or personal. They also do sales tax, bookkeeping, and more. I don't care what state you are in the United States, they will handle your tax return for you. Give them a call, 954-832-7518. 954-832-7518. Mention my name and you will get your 20% off. Take a screenshot of this. Take a screenshot. If you can see my screen on the YouTube channel, take a screenshot so you can get your taxes done the right way by a professional company. Woo! Folks, this might be it for me. This becomes heavy. You know, the more I start talking about these type of topics, the more I start to realize how over it is. You think social media has played a huge role in the major decline of women's dignity and self-respect? Yeah. I wouldn't disagree with you. Somebody said the BWs are homeless and have no income. You know, the more and more I think about it, the more and more these, I start to speak on these things, the more this is devastating. I would have never thought when I was coming up as a child that this would be the state that we're in. A bunch of undeveloped and underdeveloped teenagers and children running around with BBLs and titties. Gym wear that skin tight, looks like you have no clothes on. I never thought that I would have seen the day. Think about when we hit 10 years from now. Think about 2035. You're going to have less baby boomers. Baby boomers are going to be gone real soon. Another 10, 15 years, baby boomers are gone completely. 10, 15 years, there won't be many baby boomers left. And they're the ones that had a lot more of the traditional minds. Think about how these W's today are going to be when they become they're getting ready to become grandmothers. Some of them already are grandmothers, but a whole lot more are getting ready. 10 years, the ones that did have children are getting ready to be, they're going to be grandmothers. My grandmother was somebody that was always in the home, going to church, cooking, showed a lot of love. We couldn't wait, brought the family together because the home was full of love. That's what I saw when I was coming up. That's what I saw when I was coming up. Now you're going to have grandchildren seeing grandma pop that cooter cat, and in the mirror, in the camera, showing off her ass. Mr. Dita said, facts, mine too. Italian grandmother held the family together. Hoochie raising hoochies in the making. Too many followers and not enough leaders. Yeah. A nation can't rise no higher than its women. Where do you see majority of the women today? They can't lie anymore and say, that's not true. That's not what we see. Where do we see majority of them today? Brother Keith, shout out to Brother Keith. He said, is it over for the BLK culture? Brother, there is no culture. The last culture was what, maybe in the 70s and 80s? Then it just started to destruct from there. It just started to destruct from. It's not over. We just need to get it together. Okay. I want you to come and tell me how y'all are going to get it together and take responsibility for acting like teenagers and children. Can you come up and tell me and explain to me how that is going to happen and when is it going to happen? Hello?
Hello.
Can you explain to me how and when it's going to happen that you guys are going to stop acting like children and
Can't
teenagers?
say when.
Huh?
Can't say when. 'Cause I can't say when, but we need to start holding each other accountable. Meaning black women. I can't say when, but somebody asked the question. Somebody said it's over. And I said, no, it's not over. We still have hope. We just need to get it together.
How is that going to happen? You can't say when, okay, but so how?
We need to hold each other accountable.
How is
Instead
that
of-
going to happen, though? That's my question. How?
I mean, it's going to take a lot of effort, that's for sure. But, I mean, instead of blaming things on other people, we need to just, we just need to hold each other accountable for the things that we're doing. Just like somebody said, we're going to have grandmas out here acting like hoochies or whatever, all that stuff. I mean, that it shouldn't be that way.
Well, that's already happened. It's just going to get a whole lot worse.
I know, but we need to hold each other accountable as far as that as well.
Okay,
I mean, it needs to stop. It shouldn't be that way.
You're only saying we need to do it, but I'm asking you, what's the plan? How?
Collectively, we don't have a plan collectively because we need to get to a point where
it's impossible then. How can you do it without a plan? It's impossible.
We need to get to a point where we all are on the same page.
Lady, you just said you just said there is no plan. So if there is no plan, that means it can't happen. How can you make something happen without a plan?
Well, I'm hopeful that one day it'll happen.
That doesn't make sense. Being hopeful one day will happen without a plan, there ain't shit gonna happen.
Well, it'll happen for the ones that will and the ones that won't.
Okay, let me ask you this. Do y'all think that this will work if y'all had this type of mindset when it was time to get child support? I just hope one day I get some child support or the daddy will step up and be a father. Is that what y'all do? Or do y'all go and make a plan and take action and put the Negro on child support?
I'm going to say, yes, they do make a plan and take action. I've never gotten child support.
All right.
So yes, they do.
So when it's time for y'all to get money, and I can apply that to child support, we can apply that to getting y'all bag. We can apply that to anything, especially when y'all got money on the line or a degree on the line. Y'all have a plan and y'all take action.
True.
So now you're over here saying that, oh, well, I just got to hope. Where's the plan at? We don't have a plan. There is no plan.
No, you asked, do we have a plan? Do we have one now? No.
Shout out to Big Dave. He said there's nothing that can get you BLK women together. Y'all are too far gone. The sisterhood is holding y'all back. Thank you, brother. Do you believe that? I'm gonna go grab my charger. Do you agree with that? Y'all, do you think that there's no hope for y'all? Y'all are too far gone?
I don't think we're too far gone. Some, but not all of us. Because it's not a real sisterhood. It should be a real sisterhood.
Some of y'all are too far gone, but not all of y'all.
Yeah, and I was reading somebody said because it's not a real sisterhood. That's true. It's not. It should be, but it's not.
Are most of y'all too far gone?
I will agree with you and say, yeah, I'll agree with you and say most. I will.
Okay. So how's that going to work then? I'm asking. You said
it's not going to magically change.
How's it going to work?
Hi, Miss Matt. I like Miss Matt. But it's not going to magically change. You're right. It's not.
Then what? So you're talking about something you have no plan. You have no action because you have no plan, so you're not going to put any action behind it. You just have hope it's going to change. That don't even make sense. Shout out to Mayum. Let me read her super chat real quick. She said, if Pick Mishas like me to speak out and get attacked, where will the change come from? In my DMs because of my husband's post. What change? Thank you, sister, for the super chat. Appreciate you. You have no plan. You have no plan of attack. You have no action behind it. So how do you expect anything to change? How do you have hope it will change? There's no plan and no action.
There's no action, no plan right now.
When is it coming? You say you don't know.
That's true. I'm not arguing with you. I'm not debating with you either. Some will get it together.
I'm not arguing either. I'm just saying we can't. You made the statement and you have hope, but I'm saying we gotta. What are you basing that off of? There's no plan.
Oh, and I don't. And right now, I don't have the statistics on all that. I don't have
the
it right
statistics are all negative.
I know.
The statistics are all negative.
Most,
so
not all.
Let me give you one. Let me give you one thing right here because BWs like to do this to black men. Let me give you something. BWs will say when they're trying to hurt us, they will mention that we don't have the money that Caucasian men have. That's why they're just gonna leave us and they're gonna go be with Caucasian men, and then they'll throw in Hispanic men too. We'll go be with Hispanic men, Latino men. They're better than black men. Okay, so the argument was, I want you to follow along.
I don't agree with that.
But listen, the argument is that they're going to go to Caucasian men because of the money.
Which is stupid, but go ahead.
So let's think about this. So, and then these same women will call me a sellout. Right? They say that I'm a sellout, but they're saying they're going to go to Caucasian men for the money. At the same time, the ones that say they're going to go to Latino men, it's not for the money because Latino men have less than half of the wealth that black men have in the United States.
Absolutely. I agree. I don't agree with that.
So how is it on one hand that the argument is we're going to go and be with Caucasian men because they got all this more money than y'all, but then they throw in Latino men and Latino men have less than half of the wealth we have.
Well, I don't agree with that. And no, you're right. They do have less than half of what black men have, and I don't agree with that. I don't agree with going to interracially date because of whatever your issues are with a black man. I don't agree with that. To me, the answer is not to run to another community because of your bad experiences or bad choices within our community. I don't agree with that.
Mrs. Matt, you can join the conversation. I just don't understand that. I know they throw that in to try to hurt the black man, but they forget that they're thinking men like myself that will look up the numbers or that already know the numbers, right? And can easily debunk this shit because you have a problem with black men not making enough money, but you're going to say you'll run to the Latin man and he has less than half of the money that black man has.
And
well, maybe we should say indigenous because you can be black and Latino.
But the Latino man, they have they believe in family structure. Not gonna take them out of their position of authority in the family. So they may make less money too, but they still a hierarchy in their family.
A lot of Catholics too.
I mean, we have black men that are too.
Yeah,
so
I mean, ask you a question. I'm gonna ask you a question. How do you heal an open wound without addressing it?
Well, you can't.
So you see how what you're saying doesn't make sense?
What part doesn't make sense when I said that we're not too far that we can heal, that it can change? Is that what you mean, Miss Matt?
I'm saying that the wound is open and it goes untreated. There's no treatment for it. Then how's it gonna change?
Well, a wound, there is treatment for it. It just has to be treated properly. And if it's untreated, it's not going to heal properly until it is treated like it should be.
But if there's no treatment for it, the point I'm making is the behavior of our collective wound is like an open wound. I'm not gonna say sore, like an open and infected wound. Okay, so if it goes untreated, then you got what you got added to it. You got infection, gangrene, got all the stuff that goes along with that, right? It's not true. It's going to eventually destroy the person.
That's true. I agree. You explain it like that. I agree.
And how they behave, like an open, untreated wound. It's infected. It's infected. It spreads. For our women to be ruled and governed by the Bible. The Bible talks about being ruled and governed by your members, which means your lower part, your low nature. Be ruled by your lower nature of yourself is lower than an animal.
Well, you know what, Miss Matt, this stuff is so it's so deep and been so long. It's really where it's really bad is that you know how like Guru said, you got these grandmothers out here behaving this way. It's because their mothers and then their grandmothers and the great grandmothers. This stuff come from way down in, and if nobody has been there to try to correct it or try, like you say, fix the wound, properly treat the wound, then it's going to keep going. It's just like a cycle. It's just like when people grow up in the projects and they stay there, they get a split, and they keep going and keep going and keep going. Nobody stops it. Nobody put a stop to it, so it just keeps going.
Like when the men tell y'all the truth, it's like sap. You know how they. Grandmother used to put sap and the silicone and the wound glue when you hurt yourself to heal. Our men tell us the truth. And they tell us what's going on. It's like sap they putting on a healing wound. And y'all take it and wipe it off.
Bamo, join the conversation.
Hey, Bam.
I wanted to say to her, because she mentioned the word hope, right? But I noticed on her profile, it says she's a vet, meaning that she was in the military. So one woman in the army, imagine you go to war with no plan, but just hope.
Yeah, that ain't working.
That's not working at all, right? So you have to have a plan to have success or have victory, right? So we cannot we cannot look at the community in the situation that is in and hope that it gets better without having a real solid plan. And you know that when you have a plan and you're in the military and you have a plan for victory, you know they're going to take some losses.
That's true.
And our losses going to be in our community. The casualties of war are going to be our women. A lot of them going to be sit for them. Gotta leave them in the situation that they are in.
Their children too. Don't forget about the children.
Yeah, the children too. That's the real thing. You know, in the community, a lot of times, you have people like Dr. Umar say, oh, why the black men left the community, who going to help these single mother with the kids. But when you try to help the single mother with the kids, you know you're going to get? You're going to go to jail. You're going to get allegations against you.
Yeah.
You hear me? And you stand up and be a man and try to teach these men or these children to be responsible, you know what you're going to get? You're going to get screamed at, yelled at. You're going to be held in court. So the reality is when it's time to fix the community, a lot of these women and their kids are going to get left behind.
And they won't tap out. They won't just say, Guru, okay, we failing. Y'all men take over. Normally when you losing a fight or you losing a battle, you say, you know what? Hey, let me tap out. But they won't tap out. It's just drive the generation in the ground.
And think about that, what you just said, Mrs. Met. When you are in a battle or you have this type of problem going on, right? And sometimes you just gotta fold them. Sometimes you gotta let it go. Sometimes you gotta take that loss. When you don't want to, well, I want to ask you that. What happens when you don't take that loss and fold it and give in? What happens?
It gets worse and costs a lot of more people their lives.
Unnecessary things happen that you could have. I mean, and it doesn't get better. It doesn't get. I want you to think about. Hold on 1 second. I want you to think about, to the woman that was here. I want you to think about that. It's not going to give it when they say, you know what, we give up. We've messed up. The community is jacked up. We need to just give up and just let the men take over and whatever the men think is best. Right? It's not going to get any better. That's like you think about that. $200,000 in debt. And it keeps going and going. And you just keep saying, no, I'm not going to file bankruptcy. I'm going to keep holding on to hope. The lady at the top, what would happen in that situation?
You're going to keep going deep under and deep under. It's going to get worse and worse.
But what about the hope you have that it's going to get better?
I don't disagree with you, but I just don't think the answer is just like give up on the community.
Well, so what's the answer? We still trying to figure. Shout out to Aaron for the super chat. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. What's the answer then?
We need to come together and have a plan. We need to do better. We need to come together first.
You keep saying that there's no plan. No, what's the plan? When I say what's the answer, I mean, what's your plan?
I said we need to come together to formulate a plan.
Okay.
We can't, like somebody said, there's no sisterhood.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Thank you, Sweets, in the chat. I'm not hold on, lady, listen, just 1 second. Thank you, Sweets. Hold on. Thank you, Sweets, in the chat. She said she has no solution. And do you know what most of these jokers that come on here say? They love to say when men like myself are holding these conversations. What's the solution? What's the solution? What's the solution? Even our women don't have a solution.
The problem is, instead of them tapping out, they rather just destroy the community.
Yes. They rather let the deficit is already at 100 million. Shit, well, just let it go to 1 billion.
Yes, and we don't have a community. One. You know, what's that saying in the army? One. What's that saying y'all got? One. Army strong. What's the saying y'all got?
I wasn't in the army. I was in the Navy for 20 years.
Okay, but what's the saying?
I don't know what they say. I don't know what the army say. I'm gonna be honest.
I don't know what to say about one, something about one. That may be, in other words, they're on one mind. We can't get on one mindset because black woman, she won't get on the program. She's in opposition of black man. She's an opposition of order and structure.
Shout out to Big Dave. He said sisterhood we talking about is a women defending other women's bad behavior instead of them. Yeah. Always, thank you, brother. Always defending the bad behavior. Never wanting to support and do better. Why? Because that would shine a flashlight on their own lives.
He said just what I was trying to say. Like, don't condone that bad behavior. Call them out.
Shout out to Lady Shan. She said older women need to school the younger women. You know, Lady Shan, I've talked to a lot of older women, and they say the ones that have sense, good morals, they say, Guru, we've tried. These girls, they don't listen. They're about themselves. They're selfish. They don't care about anything that us older generation have to say. That's why I said, I mean, you've lost control of the community. We don't even want to talk about the men. A lot of the men, older men in the community have had to put their tail in between their legs because they realized a long time ago they failed. They failed the community. They failed with all of the shit that they were doing in the 70s and 80s and 90s even. They have no control over the community. The men that were probably the last group of men. I mean, you still had some men that had control of the community, but I was talking to Bamo about that the other day. I told him, I said, you know, because he was talking about solution and coming together. And I said, can't. I said, because we can go back to the 60s, right? Martin Luther King's group, the Southern Christian Leadership Conference, they all were dominated by churches, black churches. So that organization consisted of black churches, and you had majority of the black community in church. So you could have all these preachers get together and talk about, hey, this is what we're going to do. And then they would announce it in their church. This is what we're going to do. And they were all in agreement. That's why you had such a strong community when you saw those marches. You go back and look at that footage from the 60s. You had such a strong turnout with marches and protests. People that were well dressed, well behaved. They were well behaved people, even amidst all kind of racism and crap going on right in their face. They were very well behaved.
But Guru, can we talk about how integration has played a part into this? And let me say this. I don't know how old your mom. I'm trying to get in your business. My mom is a 1950s baby. But I noticed the 1960s baby, that's where it started. The first generation to go to college. That's where the independence came in. I don't want a man, need a man. Got my college degree. See, it takes 3 generations to build a community. It takes 3 generations to destroy a community. So we are in the 3rd wave, going to the 4th wave. Deaths. We are dealing with the residue and the damage from the babies of 1960. I just want to say that.
You know, that's a great point, Mrs. Met, you know, and it's been several generations of just bad behavior, destruction, all kind of just chaos and confusion. And that clean life that we saw from the 60s, from that time period. I mean, I'll go back and look at the footage and I'll tell my mother sometimes, I say, this looks like it's not even real. It doesn't look real, the stuff that black folk did in the 60s and 70s. When you look at how the children were, how well behaved they were, how the family structure was, how they used to press their clothes. Women wore mostly long dresses. The men were wearing, you know, more suits and formal clothes around. Doesn't look real. Huge amount of the community in the church that were highly participating in the church and had strong moral fiber, believed in family, believed in morality. Now, I mean, you look at this crap that we have today.
It seemed like it was so long ago, which it really wasn't. Like you said, it doesn't even seem like it was real.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't seem like it was real. When I look back at those images, it doesn't seem real. I've told my mother that many times. She would share me videos and stuff from that time. So this doesn't seem real.
You know what it came into? Let me add to the conversation. You know, our women feel some type of way about a certain demographic of women being able to be stay-at-home moms. It came in with covetousness, being envious of the white woman. And they always coveted her with the money and degrees. And look at how they sacrifice the family for money and materialism.
Yes. I just spoke on that earlier. I said that you see the difference, the evolution in how the W's today are. They, of yesteryear, they realize, hey, I can get a little bit of money from child support and government assistance and things of this nature. And, they realize that there's money in that. Now they're seeing there's no reason for me to do that. I can make way more money by selling my body online or in a strip club or wherever. I can do that. And a baby hinders me. So if I do happen to get pregnant, I'm going to delete it. Because there's more. It's not about the religion. It's not about the moral compass. It's about the money.
Oh, it's about money.
And the status and the clout that they can get from social media and different things like this, right?
Yep.
Think about Cardi B. She's the perfect example. Who was Cardi B? She was nobody. She didn't come from a family. She got famous from basically moving up from being a stripper.
Listen, remember she talked
stripper to a reality show to rapper. That was her pathway to fame.
Talked about kidnapping men and robbing them.
Yeah.
A criminal.
Stripper to rapper to famous celebrity. Anyway, I thank y'all for coming on. I want to talk to Lady Shan over here on my other platform, but I appreciate all of y'all for coming on. Have a good night, folks. Coming on. I'm going to talk to, and then I'll close out. Shout out to, I missed the super chat. Oh, it was Mayhem. She said, the plan is to separate the wheat from the tares, then move with our men accordingly. We will not save everyone. No, you're correct. You're not going to save many. We're not going to save many at all. Yes, ma'am. Good evening.
Hi, Guru.
Or good morning.
Good morning. Yes, it is indeed.
Are you black?
Yes, I am.
Okay, folks, this is you may recognize her in the chat room on YouTube, Lady Shan. She always is donating to me too, sending super chats, and she lives in the UK, right? You're in London?
London, yeah, indeed.
Okay, excellent. Thank you. What do you have to say about what we're talking about tonight?
I just think it's when feminism came in, I think it destroyed the nuclear family and the wave of crack and government assistance, that it was portrayed that you didn't need a nuclear family, so you would get help by breaking up that family and not acknowledging that being married was important because you would always be supported by the system.
You grew up in London?
Yes, I'm born and bred there, yes.
Wow, so you guys saw this same thing, this epidemic. How old are you?
I'm 37.
Okay, 37, so close to my age. You guys saw the same thing in London in England?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, yeah, 100%.
And this is why, I always, when people ask me, Guru, where to go, I tell them, I say, you know what? I say, you got to avoid the West as much as possible. And I include the UK in that because some of these women in the UK, oh my goodness, they're more brutal than the American women. I've talked to a lot of them.
Really, I
Yeah.
kind of disagree. I
You
kind of
did, you kind
disagree
of
on that.
disagree?
Yeah,
And not
because
only that, but I have quite a good amount of followers from the UK that are men, and they tell me the same thing. They say, Guru, don't come to the UK and don't recommend the men to come to the UK. Our women here are bad.
interesting. I yeah, of course there are bad women, but I think culturally, because we're quite black people, quite new in the UK. I mean, you won't find any black people over the age of maybe about over the age of about 65 that were actually born in the UK. So we're quite tied to our original culture, i.e., your parents are either directly from Africa or directly from the West Indies. So we do hold a lot of our culture because we're only first generation black people here. Of course, there's bad in every society.
But you guys, but that's amazing to me. But you still somehow, somewhat experience the feminist wave, and you also talked about the you guys experienced the drug epidemic too.
Yeah, and yeah, that clearly because everybody came over in the Windrush in the 40s. Nuclear families were well and established, like my grandmother and XYZ. But when the crack wave came through, yeah, it demolished it here as well to a certain degree for sure. And marriages were on the decline, and women just having kids out of wedlock, and yeah. So
What's the percentage of blacks in the UK? Like 10%?
I think it's less. I think it's between don't quote me. It could be anything between I remember seeing numbers, but I've seen various numbers. It's anything between 10 to 13%, I think.
10 to 13% of the population is black in the UK. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. We're only a small island.
Okay. And but you're seeing, I mean, the things that I speak about as far as the degradation of the women, the behavior, you see that this stuff in the UK too.
I see it. Um what I see, I do see it, but what I noticed is that British black girls are not so focused on finessing men. We don't have the same child support system as you guys, like that. So you don't really see girls having babies to put the men on child support because our child
You
support
guys do
system,
have a high single mother rate, though. I know that.
yes, we do.
But
But I
what
mean,
about, hold on a second. But what about you're saying that they're not trying to finesse men, okay, in the UK like they are maybe in the United States, okay?
it's not
I, I,
progressive.
I understand that. But what about as far as having children? Are there a lot
Well,
of the girls, let's say your age and younger, do you see a lot of them having children, wanting to establish families, or are they getting rid of children? Abort? Are they deleting the babies?
yeah, deleting. Yeah, definitely deleting.
John Doe over here. John Doe, are you in the UK? He says he thinks that it's like less than 4% black population.
Oh, he could be right because I wanted to say between 6 and 13, but I have seen 6. So he could be right. He could be right.
Shout out to Young Jay. He said Claudine movie about a BW baby mama came out in 1974. Civil Rights Act was passed in 1964. This has been a problem for 50 years, started with the boomers. Yes, brother. It did start with them, but unfortunately, what's crazy is that the boomers, they're the closest thing that we see to what times used to be back before them, right? With having, more morals and values and things, even though a lot of them were problematic. Okay, so this is very interesting because I don't think I've ever talked to a woman from the UK, a black woman that was, actually I did talk to one that was maybe a year or two ago that was a little bit older than you even. I think she was in her 40s, but most of the time these women in the UK, they're real young, so they don't know much that I've talked to. So this is interesting that I'm talking to you. All right, so you guys have experienced the whole wave of the drugs, the feminism. You've seen all of this stuff also, and it has degraded the society more.
Mm-hmm. And also immigration has degraded it here a lot.
Immigration has. Where are most of the black people from in the UK? The ones that were born there.
Oh, well, we have,
because you were born in UK.
yeah.
Okay, so where would you say most of the ones like you? Where are you guys from?
London.
No, I mean like originally. Where are your roots?
Oh, so my mother is half Dominican and half Venezuelan, and my dad's Jamaican.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mothers have Dominican, have Venezuelan, dad Jamaican. Okay.
Yeah, and then you've got the other black demographic that are from anywhere in the continent of Africa.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've talked to several Jamaicans that live in the UK that were born there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's pretty much how it is. You're either kind of African or you're West Indian, Caribbean, or whatever you want to class it as.
Okay, so they're just from all different areas around the continent of Africa.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. But besides that, now I want to get into this a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
What do you have to say about, I don't know how long you've been listening, but I'm pretty sure maybe long enough to understand. I covered this entire article about how a lot of the women today, they behave and have the mindset of a teenager when it comes to, I went through so many different things when it comes to peer pressure and who they surround themselves with, the negative influences, the high amounts of liquor they drink, the overeating, the self-image, the type of, especially I covered this a lot, the type of guys that they surround themselves with, wanting to be with losers, right? Teens usually are more prone to be with guys that are losers, not responsible guys, that will be a good husband in the future. They're more prone to be with the fun, irresponsible guy. However much you heard of that, what's your take on this topic?
Well, I came in while you was an hour in, so my bad. But I caught a little gist of it. Where do we start with that? Women behaving like teenagers. I guess because if you look at the system and how it's set up, and we can correlate that with America as well, because it's similar in this regard, is that I don't think the system is always set up to be pro-woman. So it almost coddles women that even if you make multiple mistakes, there's always going to be a net that catches you. So it makes women think that they're allowed to make a lot of mistakes without holding any accountability. So once you are put within that kind of system, you're kind of stunted. Your growth's kind of stunted. Your mental is kind of stunted. So you don't actually have to technically, quote unquote, grow up, because there's always going to be the system. Even though our child support system isn't lucrative, I guess, as you guys, that's always in place. If the court system's always pro women here, it doesn't matter. They'll arrest the guy and ask questions later. If a woman puts an allegation on a man here, the man's arrested, and whether the investigation, if he hasn't done anything, he's still tainted. Women's word is always overruled by the man, even if there's no truth in it. So
Really?
yeah, for sure.
Keep going. I'm listening.
So it's kind of just systemic. A woman wants to have kids out of wedlock, straight away she can get a house or an apartment, and
You guys call them flats, right?
yeah, we call them. Yeah, she can get flat. Yeah, she can get flat or apartment. The new modern ones is more of an apartment, but yeah, we call them flats. So it's always designed and set up pro woman here. So there's no accountability at all. So that just stunts your growth in general, to be honest.
Mm.
If that makes any sense.
So what you're saying is the government pretty much taking the power away from men, stripping them of a lot of power, and empowering women in this sort takes away their accountability.
Yeah, because if imagine if you have a child and that child misbehaves, but you always tell that child, oh, they're there now, it's okay. And then the child just repeats that behavior and you're just like, they're there now. Does that child ever grow up knowing that there's repercussions for their behavior, or do they just continue to replicate the same behavior because there's always someone to say they're there now?
And that's what I'm talking about. Shout out to brother Keith. He said, "Black people, what is our excuse?" Yeah, good question, brother. Thank you for the super chat. That's what I'm talking about most of the time when I hold these topics of discussion, because women are the ones that they say, well, why are you going much harder on the women? I encourage the men to go and mate with quality women that are more traditional minded and start families with them. Marry those women, start families with them, and leave these other ones out here alone. I don't care if you got to go to villages and huts from different parts of the world, wherever you got to find them. But, the thing is, I talk so much to the women and about the women is because you guys set the tone for community, for culture. The man is the one that has the discipline, but you've taken in our nations, you've handicapped the man to discipline. So what does the woman say? Okay, we're going to set the tone for the culture. Okay, woman, what tone are you going to set for the culture? Freedom of body, freedom of choice, pretty much live however and do whatever you want to do. If you want to act like a child, you can act like a child. Stop trying to control us. Stop trying to give us repercussions for our actions. And in return, we'll go to work and we'll shop and buy a lot of product and make corporations a lot of money. Deal? Okay, deal.
Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. I don't know.
Because the men, check this out, and they'll say the men, they're not going to do that. The men are not going to go and shop and make you guys all this money. You've seen it, but we will. We'll go to work and we'll shop. We'll be your slaves. Just give us power away from the men.
Right. Yeah, that's basically it. Women respect their bosses more than their men at home. So it's role reversal. Women are acting like the men and the men are systemically emasculated. So
right. Well, I really appreciate you. I noticed that you watch a lot of my content in the, morning time there, and, you always support it. I want to ask you how you found me and why you actually support my content the way that you do.
I was always, I try to be, I'm not perfect by any means. And some of the things that, I used to follow Kevin Samuels. I'm quite active in the I would say, kind of red pill community. I've got, people that own channels over there, and I'll be on their panels. Um, I'm one of those people that I like. I do take accountability, and I wish there was some things that I would have changed and didn't. But at the end of the day, you have to accept the truth. So when I hear something that's true, how can you go against it?
Were you
So
raised with both parents in your home?
I was raised with a stepdad.
Okay,
He died.
stepdad and mom.
Yeah, but he died of cancer.
Were you raised with more traditional values?
That's quite a weird one. Yeah, culturally, yes, but because I was a part of the modern society, I've straddled, I guess, I've straddled both sides. So, although I appreciate and I love tradition, I'm in a world where I also benefited from not feminism because I'm not a feminist, but I benefited from the world of kind of having the two side by side, like, you jump over the fence and want to do this over here, but then you jump over the fence and you want to do that over there. So it's a weird one. I probably am not really relating it to you correctly.
Well, I'm just trying to figure out, why you can hear content like this, because there's content everywhere, right?
Mm-hmm.
Very saturated. Content is very saturated in this day and time. Why is that when you hear a voice like mine, you resonate that with and say that's truth what he's saying, versus being in another space and that's doing nothing but uplifting women and saying, you guys are oppressed so much and treated bad, and not saying, well, that's all true. Like, why do you resonate more with this type of content?
Um, let me just answer your question because I actually forgot. Like how I found you, I'm just thinking you came up on YouTube as a recommendation, so I clicked, and
Oh, you initially clicked on one of my videos, it came up as a
yeah,
recommendation. Okay.
yeah, yeah. But sorry. Oh yeah. So why didn't I like be over at the pro? I was never into like the Cynthia G's and people like that. I don't know. Maybe because I grew up with also I have brothers, and I saw their point of view as well. So I'm not sure why I resonated with yourself, but I like what you do. I like what you say. I'm not going to agree with everything you say. Nobody agrees with everything, but for the
Mm-hmm.
majority, at the end of the day, I just like to believe that I'm a person that, whether it's against me and I did something that needs to be spoken about, if it's the truth, it's just the truth. That's just how I am. So if you're speaking the truth, I can't be like, no, he's talking rubbish. No, you're talking the truth. So that's why I like listening to you. That's about it, to be honest.
Well, I thank you so much for always being here, being active when you have the time and joining um these streams, so I appreciate you and for all of your donations as well. And thank you for coming up and being respectful and having a good conversation with me. I appreciate you for that.
I appreciate you too. And thank you for having me.
Okay, enjoy the rest of your day.
I shall do. You too, sir.
All right. Folks, that was a woman of color that lives in the UK. And this is why I say, how many do we hear like her? The respect that she had, the tone, the way that she likes the truth. She likes this type of content. We don't have many. As you guys can even see by the numbers. You can see by the numbers. There's not going to ever be a lot of people that run the truth. Never. Not in this day and time. I tell you what, I probably would have been real popular 30 years ago, 40 years ago, maybe. This type of content would have been much more popular because that was what our society was. Not that anymore. And I know how to make my stuff real popular by lying to the women, tricking them, making them feel good, talking dirty to them that I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that to the cooter cat, bringing in drama and trash TV or entertainment. What's that going to do for the community? What's that going to do for society? What's that going to do for these kids out here? I just watch more and more. I just watch 6. Yeah, brother. I try to visit the different social media platforms that I have, whether it's Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. You know, I try to be on all of them. Found my twin or older brother. What are you talking about, Heather? Anyway, yeah, things have changed for the worse, the negative. Things have changed a lot. I hope y'all enjoyed this stream tonight. What another powerful stream, 2 days in a row. Folks, if you don't know, let me remind everybody, I will not be doing these evening streams starting next week. So probably Thursday this week will be the last day for sure that I do a stream in this hour, during this hour. I'll be changing to do them in the morning. So you have to be subscribed on my YouTube channel. Hit the bell twice so that you get all live notifications and you'll know when I go live. Probably sometime around 11 Eastern, I'm guessing. 10 a.m. Eastern or 11 a.m. Eastern. Around that time frame. 10 a.m. Eastern time or 11 a.m. Eastern. Just look out for me. Make sure you're subscribed and hit the bell on the YouTube channel so that you know when I go live, because I'm not going to be doing them in the evening during Ramadan. Wow. If you miss any of this live stream, make sure you go back and watch on the YouTube channel. The live stream will be available as always, as all of my streams are. You have to become a paid member to watch my prior live streams from more than a week ago. I don't leave them up for everybody. I only leave them up for paid members who can watch the exclusive content. $5 a month. I don't charge much. $5 a month. I just posted it in the chat room on the YouTube channel and on the Facebook channel. Other than that, I hope y'all have a good night. Enjoy your night. And hopefully I will be back tomorrow, inshallah. Thank you so much to everybody that donated tonight. Man, I really appreciate y'all. Thank you for so much to everybody that was here, that joined the live stream, that came up and spoke. I appreciate you. As always, folks, I wouldn't be able to do this without the support that you guys give me, and I appreciate that greatly. Hope you have a great evening or morning or wherever you're watching, whatever time it is, from wherever part of the world you're in. And until next time, I will see you soon. Make sure you guys, once again, let me put this on the screen. Make sure if you didn't get your taxes done yet, reach out to the Tax Oasis, let them know that I sent you, and get your 20% off for your taxes this year. Personal or business tax return, they will handle it. If you owe back taxes, if you got problems with audits or whatever issue you're going through, they'll be able to help you. They are a professional tax firm. They have partnered up with me for this year for tax services. Get you your 20% off. Have a great night, folks. Until next time, I will see you guys soon. God.